Hi, Ben from Lover of Tech. Welcome to my extreme battery drain test between the Galaxy S24 Ultra, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the Pixel 8 Pro. Let's get into it. Now let's break down the battery specifications and chipset that powers these devices, starting with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is using a 5,000 mAh battery and powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 mobile platform built for Galaxy, and this is based on the 4nm TSMC process Generation 3. And moving over to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it does have a 3nm chipset, and that is with the Apple A17 Pro, and it does have a 4,442 mAh battery. And then moving over to the Pixel 8 Pro, it does have a 5,050 mAh battery, and it is powered by the Tensor G3, which is also based on a 4nm process. Now, one thing to consider with any battery drain test that you're going to see conducted is what settings and scenarios and conditions are going to be placed for the phone for you to actually conduct the test, or what settings are available for the phone to allow you to do that. Now, starting with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, the display, the resolution is going to be run at 1440p. Yes, out of the box default it is at 1080p, but we're going to run it at the full resolution. Adaptive refresh rate 120 Hz is set, and adaptive brightness has been disabled, and I have tried my best to calibrate the display to 200 nits as close as possible. When it comes to power saving, anything battery related that would actually hinder performance or endurance in any way has been disabled. Once I go into the battery saving settings, it's all been turned off and disabled to give the best performance possible. And even then, when it comes to the performance profile, it has been left in standard. So that is the overall settings that have been put in place for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now for the iPhone, there isn't that many settings to change. So for example, the display resolution, it's always running at its maximum. When it comes to the ProMotion display, it's on 120 Hz. And also the adaptive brightness, auto brightness has been disabled. And again, I've tried to calibrate it to the best I can to 200 nits. Any form of battery saving features or performance saving features that are there that are able to be disabled, I've done that to the best of my ability. But yeah, the iPhone is pretty straightforward. And for the Pixel 8 Pro, the display is being run at the full resolution. Yes, again, out the box, it does come at near enough 1080p, but we are going to be running at the full resolution. 120 Hz has been enabled, and again, auto brightness has been disabled, and I've done my best to calibrate the display to 200 nits as well. When it comes to any form of adaptive battery charging, that's all been disabled as well. And any low performance mode when it comes to low battery, extreme battery saver, that's also been disabled and not enabled in this particular situation. So these are the settings that I have also for the Pixel 8 Pro. Now, when it comes to applications being used when it comes to this battery drain test, it is going to be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Music, Twitter, and also the camera app, as well as the phone call app, WhatsApp, and we've got Astro 9 for gaming, as well as 3D Mark for benchmarking. And one thing that I've taken back in terms of feedback from the previous battery drain test is we are going to be running this on mobile data. Yes, the whole test will be run on mobile data and not on Wi-Fi. So that is going to be a huge difference maker as to why this is an extreme battery drain test. And also, as a friendly reminder, we are doing a giveaway up until the 21st of February 2024 on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Go watch our ultimate camera comparison on the S24 Ultra versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Pixel 8 Pro for all the details. Within the battery drain test, at each relevant interval, I will also be reading the temperature of each device to see how hot they get. With that out of the way, let's get into the battery drain test. Let's kick things off with this extreme battery drain test between the S24 Ultra, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the Pixel 8 Pro. And boy, these battery drain tests are not easy to do. So if you appreciate them, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, watch it all the way through, and leave a comment. It really does help us out when it comes to making these videos and getting out there to people. So initial readings at the beginning of the battery drain test for referencing: at 100% battery, temperature is 31.1 degrees Celsius on the S24 Ultra. Yes, it's all in Celsius, so do your Fahrenheit conversions how you want later on. And same for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 31.1 degrees. And then for the Pixel 8 Pro, it's at 32.6 degrees Celsius for the temperature, starting things off. And the first application and activity is going to be TikTok, and we are just watching some TikTok videos. And yeah, TikTok does have an auto scroll feature, so it does automate most of it, but you do see ads from time to time, so you do have to scroll it yourself, which made it a little bit easier during this stage. And I've tried to basically make this an accurate representation of how I use my phone, or general people use their phones nowadays. So judge me all you want, but yeah, TikTok is like the wicked wild west when it comes to watching content as well as posting content to see how it performs. So yeah, man, it's crazy. If you are not following us there, make sure you do. Lover of Tech BA over on TikTok for all the vertical form content that you can watch. Now, first interval after 1 hour is 87% battery on the S24 Ultra with 36.0 degrees Celsius. So it's minus 13% loss when it comes to battery after an hour or so of using TikTok. Interesting. And then when we move over to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, is 91% battery, temperature reading of 35.6 degrees Celsius, and a loss of 9% battery. And then with the Pixel 8 Pro, battery percentage is at 90%. Temperature reading is at 36.2 degrees Celsius, and that is a loss of minus 10% battery. Now again, that is relevant and relative to the milliamp hour battery and size that we have to measure the efficiency. But again, that's a battery percentage loss. Next is an hour of Instagram Reels. And I don't know about you, but Instagram more of late has become one of my favorite social media platforms for consuming content and also just keeping in touch with people. It just feels way more personal than the other app that we'll get to a bit later. So I'm enjoying, Instagram. And again, if you're not following us there, Lover of Tech _BA. Definitely follow us there. To keep in touch with, all things that we do when it comes to vertical content there, but also in terms of just keeping in touch behind the scenes and stories. Right, after Instagram Reels, 1 hour, 73% battery on S24 Ultra, 36.2 degrees Celsius, and it's a loss of minus 14% when it comes to battery. Ooh. Instagram is a lot more intense by the looks of it at this stage. iPhone 15 Pro Max, 76% battery, temperature reading of 37.8, so it's a bit more toasty, and minus 15% battery loss. Okay, so that's a very interesting one to look out when it comes to temperature reading. And also with the Pixel 8 Pro is 73% battery, temperature reading of 38.3 degrees Celsius. Wow, it's a bit hot. And it's a loss of minus 17% battery. So that's very telling when we're looking at it. Okay, where we moving to next? Next is Instagram Live. You know what? I've got fellow content creators that I catch on their live streams. I like to co-collaborate and jump on live streams, a lot of the time. And I was regulating this between the front camera, which obviously what you would usually use when you're doing an Instagram Live, and sometimes the rear camera as well. So I fluctuated between the two to see if it hit the battery in any way. But yeah, I find myself doing Instagram Lives from time to time, especially when I see my other fellow content creators jump on. I kind of just want to jump on, catch up with them, catch up with their audience. They catch up with our audience here as well. So it's really good and a lot of fun when you co-collaborate. Now, when we get to that interval after with Instagram Live, battery is at 48% on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And my goodness, the temperature reading goes up on all three devices, 42.4 degrees Celsius and a loss of minus 25% battery. Whoosh! That's a lot there for the S24 Ultra. Instagram Live is quite taxing by the looks of it. Then iPhone 15 Pro Max, 54% battery and a temperature reading of 40.8 degrees Celsius. Now, over 40 degrees is hot, man, but yeah, it's cooler than the other two, 22% battery loss. And then the Pixel 8 Pro, 46% battery, temperature reading of 47.2 degrees Celsius, and a loss of minus 27%. Like, wow. Okay, Pixel, you're cooking yourself right now. So let's see how we move when it comes to any efficiency gains for the Pixel when we move over to YouTube, which is going to be an 1 hour of 4K video watching. And this is with our ultimate camera comparison between the S24 Ultra, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the Pixel 8 Pro. So definitely go watch it if you've not already. And if you're here because of this video, welcome. Really appreciate the response that we're getting on this video as well. Our biggest video yet, 1 hour, 20 minutes. So get your popcorn and enjoy it, no doubt. Now here, on 4G, 5G or mobile data, my goodness, it was a struggle on all these devices, man. They were feeling it. And that's the challenge of doing this over data rather than Wi-Fi. So just remember, so at this interval, 32% battery on the S24 Ultra, 35.9 degrees Celsius, a loss of 16% battery. And on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it's 37% battery, 36.5 degrees Celsius, and a loss of minus 17% when it comes to the battery. And the Pixel 8 Pro is at 30%. Temperature is at 36.7 degrees Celsius and a minus 16 loss in battery. So, okay. Next is the YouTube Music app, which is my preferred method of listening to music on my phone because I do have YouTube Premium, which comes with YouTube Music. So I really like that integration. And the album we're listening to is the College Dropout, one of my favorite rap albums, man. And if you're about that College Dropout life, let me know what your favorite track is on it. But I've got a couple, you know, it's like, I've been working this slave shift, I ain't made, I wish I could buy me a spaceship and fly. Well, you know what? Let me not digress. After the 1 hour music interval, we have 22% battery on the S24 Ultra, 32.8 degrees Celsius, minus 10% battery lost. Oy, okay. iPhone 15 Pro Max, 19% battery left, 37.5 degrees Celsius, and a loss of minus 18 battery percentage loss. Wait. And then with the Pixel 8 Pro, we do have 16% battery left and temperature reading of 35.7 degrees Celsius, minus 14% battery loss. I think really, yeah, this was more taxing than the 15 Pro Max, maybe because of the background. Seemed more colorful, more active. All right, next one, Twitter. When it comes to Twitter Spaces, now I didn't really like this test because it looks like Twitter's done an update on the iPhone where when you're opening up Twitter Spaces, it takes up the full screen and just like makes it super bright. So I kind of just had to minimize it. And if you watch my previous battery drain test, you can see that it went up halfway, just like on the Android phone. So I don't know if this affects it in any way, but I just wanted to try and keep it even and fair. I minimized it. I don't know how effective it was compared to before, but yeah, that's just something to consider. Okay, we've stopped at this point. That means someone's gonna cave in. What are we seeing? 1% battery on the Pixel 8 Pro, and it goes 0%, 5 hours, 54 minutes, 26 seconds. The Pixel 8 Pro is gone. Wow. Now, on Wi-Fi, this, from my memory, went for about 7 hours and 30 minutes or so. Temperature reading final, 38.1 degrees Celsius. The other two devices are on 7% for the iPhone, 9% for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And temperature reading, once we get to the 6 hour mark, yeah, is 35 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius. Wow, man, the S24 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max are quite even. Oh my goodness. 4K 60 recording on the main camera, and this is gonna be insane. Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna finish first? Is it gonna be the Galaxy S24 Ultra? Is it gonna be the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Oh man, measuring between the two, what's the battery percentage after a couple of minutes? 4K 60 is quite intense. And what do we have? We've got both of them here at 3% battery. People, place your bets. Place your bets. Who's gonna finish first? This is really going down to the wire. The pressure's on, the pressure's on, the pressure's on. Who is going to finish first? Who's gonna buckle? Who's gonna cave? Where are we in the next battery percentage reading? I can't look, people. I really cannot look. It's what, 2% a piece? Oh my gosh, this is even Stevens at the minute. And if you don't know about that show, then get to know Shia LaBeouf. People know about that, but okay. I'm getting hyped right now. I'm counting this down. Who's gonna be the victor? Who's gonna be the winner? What's gonna be the next one finishing and closing off? Second place goes to, who's gonna be finishing in second place? Oh my goodness, 4K 60 is stressy. I've never had such anxiety when it comes to this. Man, doing this battery drain test on mobile data, it's a huge difference maker. So yeah, this is something to consider. And to go is the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, 6 hours, 17 minutes, 5 seconds, 0%. Ooh, what do we have? It's a 1%. Temperature reading of 40.7 degrees Celsius for the iPhone 15 Pro Max with 1% left. It's down to the wire. What's going to be the finishing line for it? Oh my goodness. Temperature reading 40.1 degrees Celsius for the Galaxy S24 Ultra after it finished. 6 hours, 17 minutes, 5 seconds. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. 37.6 degrees Celsius is still 1%, 6 hours and 18 minutes. When is this iPhone 15 Pro Max going to pack it in and call it a day? How far can it actually stretch out and go to? How long can that 1% really stretch to? And right now, we've got to the final stages where it shall be closing the doors at 6 hours, 18 minutes and 50 seconds with a final temperature reading of 37.0 degrees Celsius. Now the finishing places for these devices in this battery drain test. In third place is the Pixel 8 Pro with 5 hours, 54 minutes and 26 seconds until it depleted. And again, if you watch my previous battery drain test, which I did pretty much the same thing in that sequence, and it was done only on Wi-Fi, oh my goodness, that went all the way up to 7 hours and about 16 minutes. So doing this on mobile data really does work the phone, especially the internal modems. It makes a huge difference. In second place is the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and that is with a time of 6 hours, 17 minutes and 5 seconds. And of course, that is done on mobile data. I have no reference of doing this on Wi-Fi only, so that's just something to consider when it comes to the battery performance on mobile data while doing it in this controlled environment that I've set for it. And by a slim win, in first place is the iPhone 15 Pro Max with a time of 6 hours, 18 minutes and 50 seconds. And my goodness, if you compare it to the previous battery drain test that I did with this device on Wi-Fi only, that finished in 8 hours and 32 minutes. So you can see the difference that it comes to doing these battery drain tests when it's on mobile data only. So this does really make it an extreme battery drain test, because most of the time you see these tests being done on Wi-Fi, and based on your feedback, we did on mobile data, these are the results. Now I could already hear in the comments, why not do the test at 1080p for both the Pixel and the Galaxy S24 Ultra, as that's what it come out on default. Why not drop it down to 60 Hz and do QHD and 60 Hz, or 1080p and 60 Hz, or 1080p and 120 Hz? Listen, these are my conditions, but if you are curious enough like I am, if I've got time, I will actually do variations of different settings on these devices to see if it does really make a difference, whether it be on Wi-Fi, whether it's data only, 1080p, 60 Hz. Let me know in the comment section below which combination that you want to see me do when it comes to especially the Android phones as well as the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And that is it when it comes to this extreme battery drain test. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. That's it for me, Ben from Lover of Tech. You enjoy videos like this, you know exactly what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're part of Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, so you don't miss any future videos on the channel. I hope you're all safe during this time. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.